Hey everybody, I'm here today to tell you the reason why people make big deals out of nothing. I'll be going over the simple reason why a lot of people tend to make these huge mountains out of these tiny little hills. Now, without further ado, let's get right into the video. This is my opinion, and it's my honest opinion. I can't generalize and say that this is the reason why everyone that makes a big deal out of nothing does it, but I can say that this is why I believe the majority of people do it, and it is simply because we all need to have a feeling of importance, and we all need to be concerned about one thing or another. Now, when you put this in the perspective of someone who doesn't make a big deal out of nothing, they might feel important because of their job, because they're a parent, because they own a business, because they're super fit. They might feel important for a different reason. And then they might be concerned about their business, their kids, their spouse, their house, whatever the case is. They're concerned because they feel important in a certain aspect. So they get that feeling of importance. They get that feeling of almost like power because they know that they're valued and they're super important in one aspect, whether that's financially, health-wise, wellness-wise, whatever the reason is. Now, when you get someone that doesn't satisfy this need for feeling important and feeling concerned and being concerned about, then what happens is they need that feeling, so they need to create that feeling from something, basically from nothing. So they take a small deal and then they turn it into this monstrous big deal. Even though really it's just something so tiny, they turn it into an absolutely huge deal, and then that satisfies that craving for feeling important and sort of being noticed because they're making a big deal of it, so everyone's gonna notice them. That's what happens. Now, there is another side to this, and maybe it is the fact that someone feels really strongly about that one little thing, okay? And that can be true. If someone only makes a big deal out of one small thing, then maybe they just feel really strongly about it. Like maybe, making sure that the converter is put back on that spot on the couch because that's where it belongs, and that's a big deal to that person. Maybe they're going to turn that into a huge deal even though it's something so tiny. And if it's only one thing that they do that with, then that's probably the case. They probably just make it a big deal because it means a lot to them, and that's completely okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you get someone who makes a big deal out of many small things, like it seems like every day something tiny happens and they just turn it into this huge deal. It's the biggest deal ever. Everything's a big deal. It's usually because, and I can't say all the time, but I can say that what I've discovered is that it's usually because they need to satisfy that feeling of importance and value and concern. And they can't satisfy it in another way because they don't feel valued or important or concerned about other things in life, so they satisfy it through turning these little things into these big deals. Because if you ever look at someone that has a lot of power, a lot of value, and a lot of concern, if you ever notice a person that has a massive amount of power and concern, like someone who employs 500 people and runs a multi-million-dollar business, making multi-million dollars of profit a year, if you ever notice, they really won't do this. They won't turn something small into a huge deal. And that's because they already have big deals in their life, like actual big deals all the time. So they don't need to satisfy that craving of having a big deal, of feeling important, of feeling valued, of being concerned. They don't need to satisfy those cravings. But someone else who doesn't satisfy that craving or those cravings, then they need to sort of fulfill that. And what they end up doing is they turn these small deals into big deals. They make big deals out of nothing constantly. And that's just something to be aware of. And if you know someone that's in that position and you want to see if you can help them out, then the key is to allow them to feel important and concerned and valued in something else in life. If you give them a massive amount of responsibility, then they'll feel concerned and important with regards to that responsibility, and they'll probably stop making a big deal out of nothing. It's as simple as that. And that's basically it. I just wanted to share this simple video with you about the reason why people make big deals out of nothing. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.